Okay, we've got an interesting program here where we have a selection and then it's going to give you the price. So basically we need two arrays. We need a available services array, so that would be a string array. So we're going to do that, string available services. Let's try to spell services correctly. Equals, and then we're just going to pass in those available services as strings. I'm going to go ahead and copy these 4 services over. We're going to paste them in, and we're going to go ahead and put quotes around them too. But let's see, quote for oil change, quote for tire rotation, put quote for battery check, and quote for brake inspection. And then basically if somebody calls one of those, so we're going to say like what's the index of that particular call. So now we want a scanner. So we'll go ahead and at the top of this say scanner KB equals new scanner system.in. Alright, and so we have our scanner and our available services. Then we're going to ask the user to enter selection. So we're going to say, okay, enter selection based on the following services. So print line enter selection, just as we have seen it over there. So any kind of error there would be a problem. So it looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and print out every one of the options. Alright, so available services dot length. Right, this is an array, so it's an attribute. Alright, I++, and then we're going to print every one of those services out using system.out.println, same as before. Let's do this, and then we're going to say available services at I. Right. And what you'll also notice, it's like a little tab up there. It's actually 3 spaces, so I'm just going to do 3 spaces plus available services. That works out just as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and allow the user to input a choice. So we're going to say string user choice equals kb.next line. We want to use next line because it's going to be more than one word. Alright, and then we're going to say we're going to print out the choice. Right, so we're going to go ahead and say so basically thinking through this, I need to actually iterate this array to see where this element happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another for loop, int I equals 0. Yeah, it's another for loop, so we can do this. I is less than available services dot length. And I++. So we're going to iterate through every one of these, and if user choice equals available services at I, then we want to set int user index equals I, right? And then we want to break. Right. Okay. So at that point, actually, we don't want to declare it inside the for loop because that won't work outside of it. So let's go ahead and declare this up here. User index. Alright. And we'll just start by setting it equal to 0 for now. Alright. Now we need another array. And that array is going to be an int array. And that array Actually, make it a string array too. Prices. And then we're just going to set that to 25. 22. 15. 5. Right. So once it finds that, we're going to go ahead and print it out. So we're going to go ahead and say system.out.print, and we're going to say user choice plus price is plus prices at user index. Okay. And let's just run it and see what we get. Hopefully this works out well without any errors. I do have an error, system.out.print inner selection. Let's put a semicolon there. Let's run that. And inner selection. I'm going to say battery check. And I get price is $15. Alright. Let's just do it this way. User choice should have been a string. It should have said battery check. But either way, we're just going to say available services at user index is equal to, yeah. Run that again. Let's make sure this works this time. Alright, battery check. Price is $15. Oh, plus price is $15. So I should be able actually to say user choice here, which makes more sense because it's shorter. Alright, so I'm going to say battery check again. Battery check price is $15. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and check this and we'll see what happens. And we have a problem. So let's check out what our problem is. We have brake inspection. Oh, bark inspection is $25, and nothing to do with car's price is $25. It should say invalid entry. Okay, so if it's not there, so we're gonna say -1. So if user index equals -1, then print we want it to print invalid entry. Else we want it to print what we told it to print. Alright, so now we have this function here, else print that down there. Okay. Alright, now let's run it, see what happens. Alright. There's cows invalid entry. I'm going to rerun the checks, and I think we're going to see a better improved score, hopefully. Right. So let's see what happens. 2 of 2 checks passed. We are good to go.